Hey everyone, it's Ryan here. So this is my third and final video. So this for me is like just a review of 2020 in general on like a personal standpoint. I'm not going to go over life events in 2020, if you know what I mean. Like I'm not going to say what's happened in the world and blah blah blah. It's more just for like my own stuff. Obviously, like a lot of other YouTubers do this, so I'm not doing anything that's new. So yeah, 2020 has been a different year, to say the least. Um, like for me, it's like I don't think it's been too massive a difference because sort of before the pandemic and everything, I pretty much just stayed inside most of the time. The only time I would go out is if friends asked me to come out. So I was kind of used to just staying in for hours. A couple of things have happened throughout the year. I left my job after 3 years due to frustrations with both work and management, but I won't get into it. Um, then I've had a couple of other jobs since, and then I've started a new one. Uh, Essentially, I think it was like beginning of November, end of October. I started, so um, like that was going quite well. So it's like I'd say like middle of the year was sort of stressful because it was sort of that's when like the whole lack of income was catching up to me. Like I'm not a massive spender. Like I'd only buy games if they're on discount or something. And yeah, there were basically moments where it's sort of like, oh, I'm really like running really low financially and stuff like that. Um, like gaming wise, I've done my um, achievement and game score reviews for the months and obviously the year, which will go up before this. Um, like I said, it's just been a lot more gaming, which is kind of ideal in a way for me because obviously I enjoy gaming a lot. I've been playing obviously a lot more Xbox One. I've been playing some PS4. I believe late last year I got the PS4 off a neighbour of mine. He was basically selling it for a bit cheaper, so I was like, I'll take it. Um, oh, beginning of this year, literally on my birthday of all days, my original Xbox One decided to die on me. Um, I think it might have just been the power socket, but like literally, I just couldn't do anything with the Xbox. So I basically bought a new one. So I've got the Xbox One S now. So I've got the white one. I'm gonna wait to get the Xbox One X. Like the whole super high definition graphics is not a appealing factor to me. I know to a lot of people it is, but we've seen, especially in the past couple of years, they focus so much on graphics. They don't actually focus on gameplay that some games have come out really buggy. The biggest example being Cyberpunk 2077. That came out, everyone's like, oh, look how amazing it looks. Da, da, da. It came out and it's super buggy, and everyone immediately wanted refunds. PlayStation took it off the store, and like it's just been a disaster for them. And like I said, it's like I'd rather take a game that doesn't look great but works over a game that looks amazing but crashes all the time or just has glitches for days. Um, so I think that's sort of why I've stuck to some of my older stuff. Like I'm not one to get into the hype of some games coming out. I'll actually wait and see if it actually works or not, and if they do fix it, and then look at getting it. Um, what else has happened this year of interest? Uh, I believe it was this year. Xbox decided to stop having Mixer as a streaming service, and it's now with Facebook Gaming, which kind of stopped me being able to stream stuff because I would try and go back to Twitch, and that didn't work. The app does not work on the Xbox at all. I don't really want to spend money on like extra software to then get it to work on my laptop and then have to connect the laptop to the TV and all this stuff and just make it really confusing. Like it's much easier when you can just stream through the console. Like I said, I did buy a new camera. As you can tell with here, it's a bit more high definition. I was filming on my phone for a while, and then I didn't clock until like a month ago. I could just use this camera because the main problem I had was I used to record on the laptop. The camera on it isn't a great quality, but the audio was fine. But then the problem would be is I'd start to record a video, I'd go back to watch it and say it only recorded for like 2 seconds. And now it seems to be fixed now that I'm actually using this camera instead. Trying to think what else happened this year. Like I've got a bigger one to go towards the end that would probably be a bit soppy, but that's just me. I started a new series this year. I'm doing a review for the Barclays Premier League. I think it's English Premier League now. For this season. Like I do have an interest in football as well as wrestling. You know, I've been doing my wrestling predictions and stuff like that. Going to try and get back into doing more like game reviews and stuff. Movie reviews is probably going to be a while, or like it's got to be something really of interest for me to do one. I think with the lockdowns, like I've not really been watching movies or anything. I've just not had the appeal. Like the appeal to me before was going to the cinema to watch it. I'm not really wanting to stay at home and watch a movie. Like I'd rather be playing games than watching movies. Um, Although nowadays with some games it's almost as similar as watching a movie because of how many minutes are dedicated to just cutscenes and look how nice this game looks. Um, yeah, like I said, like movie wise, I've not watched too many. Obviously, with the whole pandemic, um, not really been able to watch a movie since like March. Um, I think I only watched like movies in cinema like 4 times this year, and I can't remember which ones they were. That's how long ago it was. I really want to watch the Sonic the Hedgehog movie at some point. I definitely know that. Um, Also, I think another thing was I've sort of beat my personal record for game score in a month. I managed to get 70,000 instead of 60,000, which originally wasn't my intention for the year. My intention was originally just to focus on completing games. That kind of went out the drain when I realised I was getting quite the amount of achievements and an achievement streak going. So I've managed to improve that. I'll put a link in the for my True Achievements profile in the description, which I need to do. Like going back on some of the other videos, I need to actually put the descriptions back in. So I'll definitely do. Like I keep forgetting to put the links in, is what I mean. When I was uploading through the phone, obviously I can just copy and paste the links, so that's why they don't have them. But I need to start doing them with the laptop because I've actually got it on a like sticky note on the laptop, so I can just do it that way. Um, like wrestling wise, obviously WWE. Still watching that. AEW is doing well for itself. They've recently just had to have a tribute show to Brody Lee, who unfortunately passed away at 41. I'm not personally going to do a video on it. I think AEW and that lot, like AEW, WWE, all the superstars and stuff in both brands, have pretty much done all the tribute to him possible and said everything that needs to be said about him. Believe me, it's a very positive thing that's been said about him. Like I'd recommend you go and watch them. Like if you are a wrestling fan, um, like maybe if you're not a wrestling fan as well, you can watch it. But it's very difficult to get non-wrestling fans to watch stuff that's wrestling related. Um, but yeah, WWE've like been very up and down this year with their stuff, but that's not something for me personally. It's like I think for me it's like I just try to enjoy the show for what it is. They've got work on certain restrictions and stuff. But that's pretty much it. Other stuff for me personally, um, like I said, not really much has changed for me because, like I said, I was sort of used to just staying inside for hours gaming and stuff, and like with lockdowns, like obviously not seeing family as often. Like I'm sort of in their social bubble, so like I'm the one that can actually go to see them. So I go to see them like every few weeks or so. Um, yeah, like I said, there's not been too much. It's mainly just been gaming related. Like I've not had a very interesting year, to be honest with you. I'd say the most interesting thing that's happened, and this is basically where the sloppy stuff comes in. So one of the main channels I watch on YouTube is Cultaholic Wrestling. I follow the page on Facebook, and then someone in there suggested to, and obviously with lockdown, and they start doing they start doing podcasts through Zoom calls, and then someone on the page suggested that they should create a fan group call thing. I think we got like 80 members or so in there. And then out of that, I think it started with about 10 of us, and it's down to like 8 now. I think there's like 10 or 11, I think it's down to like 8. Like I'm not going to go over their full names. I'll say the first name and stuff because they're like we're part of the regulars. But basically every Sunday at like 9:30 p.m. We would have weekly calls together, which then developed into quizzes together, watching the pay-per-views together. I think this started in like late April, early May. But yeah, that's pretty much been like one of the highest points of my year, is just making new friends through wrestling. Because like my friends I talk to, it's like only one of them actually has an interest in wrestling, but I don't think he has the interest level that I do, like compared to when we used to live together like 5 years ago. like technically it's 5 years ago now. Um, but yeah, it's like it's nice to make new friends out of wrestling, and like a lot of us talk on a regular basis. We have our own group chat now, so we have the main one which still has all the other members in, but then we've got a smaller one which is just us in it because obviously we're the ones that talk to each other a lot more. So if we try and put it in the bigger group chat, it just doesn't make sense to them. Um, but yeah, like I've had to miss a few mainly because of work. Because now, like with my work, sometimes I work a Sunday, so it is a bit. Yeah, it's. I was saying it's difficult to not be able to talk to them. Like it's just very nice to talk to them. Um, but yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go over I'll go over the first names because I'm just gonna name drop them anyway. Um, because yeah, like I said, this is just where it gets sloppy. Um, so this is basically the main people I want to thank. So we got Ali, we got Ben, we've got Ed, who was the creator of the group. So massive thanks to Ed. Me and Ben, we talk a lot more. Like we talk sort of out the group as well, which is nice. Like we both play Xbox and we both talk about just random stuff together. You got Sophie, you got Steve, and then you got Steven. Steven is the only American in the group, so is the way like American Steven, or like we just go by Steven. Steve for the UK, Steven for the um, American one. But yeah, like to me, this is sort of like my like I wouldn't say it's difficult. Like I want to say best friends, but the thing is like I've already got my circle of friends like that are more obviously that I grew up with, but this is sort of like my newest circle of really good friends that I'm very grateful to be able to talk to. Like we've definitely had a lot of laughs over the years. The year. Um, and like I said, being able to watch the wrestling pay per views together with them and actually be able to like express interest in other stuff with each other and just have a nice conversation, it's like definitely the highlight of the week. It makes me look forward to Sundays, especially when I'm not working. Is just being able to chat with them for a couple of hours. Um, yeah, like I said, it's definitely been a massive benefit this year to be able to chat with a new group of people and such a lovely group of people that they are. Um, so yeah, like I said, that's pretty much a sloppy bit for me. Um, and yeah, in a way, I sort of like use that as a way to encourage you to go out there and see if you can find find new friends on other pages that you probably have a similar interest in, and then express your interest to each other. Um, like I don't think we've had like I'm sure we haven't had any moments where we fell out over anything. I think we've had like jokey fights about stuff, but it's always ended up in a laugh. Um, yeah, like I said, I'm very grateful to have them as friends and to be able to talk to them on a regular basis, especially a Sunday. I know it keeps like a lot of people sane having people to talk to. I would say that works for me, but sanity's been questionable for me for years anyway, regardless. But like I said, it's just nice to have people to express an interest to and to basically open up to in a way that you can't with some other people. Like I can't talk wrestling and game with my family because they don't like they don't watch it or they don't play them on a regular basis to understand to the level that I do. So it's very difficult to like when I want to just explain something that's really interesting to them. Like I tried to explain last year that I met Nola North and Troy Baker, who are basically the biggest voice actors out there, and that essentially like their interest wasn't that high because obviously they don't follow video games and stuff like that. So like I say, it's just been nice to have a nice group of friends to be able to uh, like express and open up to, and I'm so glad that they can I get in a way return the favor to me, if you know what I mean. Like they know that because I do that, then they're welcome to as well because I'm not really a judgmental person. It's like everyone's got a reason for something, or it's like I'm not going to be like, oh well, you should do this or you should do that because it's not my choice. It's their life, not mine. But yeah, having said that, 2020, safe to say, was a disaster. We've had a bit of a pandemic. I decided to jokingly look up what happened in 1010, and apparently the River Nile froze over. So I'm dreading what 3030 is going to be. My guess is every volcano is going to erupt at once, and there's going to be some portion of the earth that just gets burned off. But we're not going to be around for 3030, so we'll see. Yeah, like I said, like the only other things that happened that's not like affected me personally, obviously just from like watching wrestling and stuff, is just a lot of like even more deaths in the year. I'd say like the hardest one obviously was Brody Lee a few days ago, because just like reading the past few days or like the past week or so, just what he meant to a lot of people. Um, yeah, like I said, it's just been a very tough year for a lot of people, and let's hope that 2020 we can forget about very quickly, and 2021 is a massive improvement. But yeah, I'm going to try and end the video on a bit more of a positive note compared to that one. Like goals for 2021, mainly keep the job stable, get more hours so I can be paid more, and basically keep this place. Like I was originally planning on moving out by the end of this year and moving in with my girlfriend. We're now not together anymore, like I said, because of lockdown and me leaving work. We just didn't see each other as often, so it just kind of just fizzled out. Like it was like, I'm not saying it was a nice way of it to go, but you know what I mean. Like there's a lot of worse ways that relationships can end. But I think just because it sort of slowly fizzled out, we sort of saw it coming, so that's why it wasn't as hard to deal with. Like we still talk every now and then, but I think, like I said, with lockdown, we just don't talk as much anymore. So yeah, like I said, I was trying to end this positive, and yeah, that's super positive. Um, what was I thinking? Yeah, so like I said, I'm still here. I'll probably still be here till next year as well. Like I said, it just depends on how long this lockdown's staying for. Um, I'm gonna obviously try and do a lot more videos. Like I said, I've got this whole, like I've got the webcam working on here. If there is a streaming thing I can get working on Xbox, I would love to stream more games again, because they were a lot of fun to do. Um, but yeah, like I said, main goals 2021. Work more hours, hope to get paid more for financial stability, because that's one of my biggest things I want. I'd like to have that again. Gaming, focus on completing more games. Um, like hopefully stay in touch with my new friends I've got. I'm sure we will. We're hoping that once this whole pandemic ends, we can maybe see each other in person, which would be very nice. Um, Other than that, I don't really have much other plans for 2021. I'm not like one of the things that used to bug me in school was when they do like that. Oh, what do you want to do in 5 years' time? It's like I don't know, because I don't know what's going to happen in a month. You know, like I said, it's like last year I wanted to focus more on completing games, but because of the whole Xbox Hall of Fame thing and then getting the achievement streak, that went out the window. Um, but yeah, we'll see what happens with 2021. I think the biggest hope everyone wants is for this whole lockdown thing to end, so we can actually go out and see families and friends again. But yeah, like I said, the only thing I'm going to say now is I would say I hope you've had a good 2020, but I think a lot of us haven't. Let's all hope for a better 2021. Remember to still stay safe, regardless of the New Year's and stuff like that. We still have to be responsible. Thank you for watching my videos over the year and the past few years. And I do hope you continue to watch them over the next year. There may be some new things coming. I'll see what happens throughout the year. But again, thank you very much for watching these videos, and I shall hopefully see you in the next one.